I am constipated.
You're constipated.
No.
I kind of am.
Are you?
A little bit.
Well, cheers.
Well, cheers and welcome to the bar.
Welcome to the bar today. We are doing an audio podcasty style version today.
Yeah, because I got my head chopped open.
Amanda got her head chopped open. Might as well start with that. Why'd you get your head chopped open?
Because I had a cyst the size of a big-ass grape on my head.
Oh!
Yeah, and it was time for it to go because it just kept getting bigger, and I didn't really want it to go down my forehead and wearing hats was a pain in the ass, and it
So you
was
basically
weird.
got pissed at your cyst.
Yeah, I got pissed at my cyst, and it was dismissed.
Oh, shit. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
She got pissed at her cyst, and then it got dismissed, bro.
Yep.
Wow, look at that. That's a hot start to the audio-only version today.
So I currently have 5 stitches in the top of my head.
Well, hey, if you get pissed at a cyst, you better believe it's going to get dismissed. That is for sure.
Yep.
How many stitches did you get?
5. His eyes went, holy shit.
Yeah. You were bleeding for a while after you got that done, though.
Yeah, well, apparently bleeding is normal.
Okay.
And, for any, what do you call those things? Like surgeries, I guess?
Yeah, surgeries and stuff.
But apparently, as I was told multiple times by multiple doctors, there are a lot of blood vessels in your head, and they're really close to the surface of your skin, so you tend to bleed a lot more from your head.
For, the operations done directly on your head,
Yeah.
removing a cyst like you got.
Yeah.
Fair,
And,
fair,
it
okay.
was nasty, because my head was frozen, right? Because
Yeah.
they freeze it, obviously, before they chop into your skull.
Yeah.
So, I couldn't tell how much it was bleeding
Oh!
until, probably an hour afterwards when, I could start to feel wetness on my forehead.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's weird. And then, the back of my head started to feel really wet.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took my hand and touched the back of my head, and I guess because it was kind of stuck under the bandage,
Yeah.
it went the only way it could go.
Yeah.
So part of it went down,
Uh-huh.
and then part of it went towards the back, and there was this huge coagulated smear along the back of my head and my hair, and it was gross.
But now it'll be gone, so you won't have that anymore.
Yeah, Wednesday I get the stitches taken out, hopefully, and
You get your stitches out, hopefully, and...
wash my friggin' hair.
Yeah. You're gonna what? What'd you say?
I'm gonna wash my hair.
You're gonna wash your hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, you haven't really been able to do the full cleansiness with that kind of head situation you got going on.
I don't know if I'm okay to do it now. I know for the first 2 days they say not to get it wet at all.
Mhm.
But I just I don't want to take chances, and I tend to go 4 days or so without washing my hair anyway.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm like,
Totally.
might as well just be super gross and scuzzy.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing, if you go for an operation or whatever, there's always that after recovery time that you need, and, something like that where it's on your head and you're bleeding a lot. I know when you came home, it was definitely, you had to change the bandage and do the kind of whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I personally, I'm not a fan of medical things. I am just, squeamish. I'm very squeamish.
He's all squeamy right now. You just can't see him.
Yeah, you can't see me, but when we talk about medical things, I get very squeamish. It's not my comfort zone. Anything medical related is so squeamish to me, and I've been tried to figure out why, but I am just squeamish when it comes to talking about surgeries or needles or anything like that. I just have this squeamishness towards medical things.
Maybe
I'm
it's because you were.
I don't know. I don't know
didn't
what it
grow up
is.
with it a
I don't
lot?
know what it is. It's just me and medical things. I just get blah, blah, blah. I just try to keep any medical kind of thing that happens to the extreme minimum, the extreme minimum for me. It's me and medical stuff. Just if I'm not at the hospital, life is good, and if I don't need anything medical, life is great. So I just try to avoid all medical kind of related things.
Did you avoid all of your problems?
What?
I you said you avoid all
Well,
of your
I
problems.
am a temporary master of avoiding problems. Yes, that's for sure. I mean, why would you want to solve your problems when you can just avoid them? You know what I mean? There's
you can't.
there's
It's
no
an
reason.
illusion.
There's no reason to solve all your problems if you can just avoid them. Like, you know, you don't have to solve them. You just keep avoiding them.
No.
Yeah, you know, we talked about this for a long time, how you're better off to just avoid your problems than solve them. You know what I mean?
Nope.
It's like you got all these problems and these things that are problems, and you're just like, well, what if I just avoid them and you don't want to solve them at all? You know what I mean? It's like, just avoid and conquer, avoid. You just keep avoiding until you can't avoid anymore. It's like, you know, it's like a video game strategy or something like that. You're just avoiding things and you're just like swimming and swatching through different
It's not
stuff.
how you win the game.
Yeah, but if you avoid your problems long enough, you'll like end up in like new areas that you don't even know exist.
Yeah, and then all the zombie horde come at you, and then you
I
die.
know, right? The zombie horde. Watch out for the zombie
Well,
horde.
yeah, that's what happens when you try and dodge the cities and you try to avoid
Mm-hmm.
the zombies. They just come out from all angles, and then they get you.
It's so true. I mean, like, I think zombie hordes are probably searching for you right now because you got an operation done, so they're probably like blood and brains and
But it's all congealed now.
you got
scabby.
you got your head all chopped up, so the zombies are coming for you.
It's funny because, like, she used black thread for the stitching, but she left the strings really long, and so, like, you could probably see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got these little pieces that are sticking up in random
That's awesome.
directions.
That's
But it
awesome.
kind of looks like my hair because
Nice.
my hair is part black.
Nice. That's awesome.
And, like, the other day I was like... It's like, that piece of hair feels really weird.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, that's stitches.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I guess so.
Because I'm obsessed with looking at it in the mirror.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange to look at your head with like stitches on it like that.
Is it weird?
Yeah, it's like, especially for me because I'm the squeamish type.
That's true.
So like when I see it, I'm just like, yeah. But that's just my personality when it comes to that. Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, you know, I've come a long way with
have.
medical things.
It's the same thing. I think
It's the same thing with the medical like TV show style things. Like I watch them a little bit, but it's not my like favorite category of like TV show to watch is the medical stuff. Like some of the stories are super interesting, but just like the squeamishness of the whole atmosphere for me, it's just kind of like, oh man, like just.
What is your favorite TV show to watch?
My favorite like
TV
TV category show to watch has to be comedy. I love a good comedy.
But like, there's different types of comedy in TV shows. Are you like a sitcom person, or are you like?
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I like the more of like the slapstick comedy style, kind of like the though you don't know what's gonna happen and then boom, a joke. Like that's kind of like, you know.
Like
I think Family
what?
Guy is really good at
Family
that.
Guy?
I think Family Guy is really
I said
good
that
at
really
that.
weird. Family Guy.
Family Guy. I think the Family Guy is like, you know, the Family Guy is really good at that style of comedy.
You know
it just
what?
knows what it is.
Yeah, and slapstick was something that it took me a little time to get used to that.
Fair.
I love comedies,
Mm-hmm.
but the slapstick for me, it took some warming up.
Fair. But like, if you're just chilling out and you want some slapstick, like Family Guy will slap you in the face left and right. So like for me, a show like that, you just put it on and it's just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You know, like that type of just like out of nowhere, here's a joke type stuff. I just
Yeah.
love that. You're watching it doesn't really make sense half the time, but it's just funny and you're just laughing and it's like, that's the kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I like.
you have to really let go when you watch.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Slapstick stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the comedy style. You know what I mean? But I love that style of like writing that style of TV show. I'm just super into the slapstick. I'm a sucker for a good slapstick myself. You know, I don't know.
I've warmed up to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've warmed up to it.
Exactly, and I mean, like, I don't know exactly, you know, what my favorite TV show comedy would be. But, you know, if you're looking for the funny slapstick, I'm definitely putting on some Family Guy, like, for
That's
sure.
fair.
Yeah, definitely. Just give me some random jokes out of nowhere, throw it at me hard, and let's laugh about it. You know, I love that.
I like... I have two different types of comedy, other than comedy horror. That doesn't count.
Comedy horror is, like, favorite movie style.
That's epic.
Comedy horror is favorite movie style.
Love it with all of my being.
Just something about comedy horror, right?
It's it's because it's two opposites that are coming together as one. And anytime that happens in my life, it's delicious.
So true. It's so true. Yeah, totally.
So I love like sarcastic comedy.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Like dark comedy almost,
I
guess.
Nice. Okay.
Like, if you've never seen Death at a Funeral, that movie is fucking hilarious.
I don't know if I've caught that one or not.
I think I watched is it Chris Rock? I think it might, or was it Jamie Foxx? I can't remember. One of those two, I'm pretty sure. They did a remake of Death at a Funeral.
Okay,
and I think I watched that with you.
Oh shit! Not one of those. Not one of those. I watched that with you, and I'm just sitting here like, oh, did we?
I think I did.
Oh, did we?
But I don't know if we've watched.
That must have been a while ago.
Yeah. I don't know if we watched the original one together though.
Okay.
I prefer the original one.
Okay,
because that's just me.
Nice.
It's a British comedy. It's
nice.
Oh my god, it's fucking hilarious.
Nice. British humor is always.
It
gets you.
I was gonna say that's my second one. Is British.
Gets you. British humor gets you. It gets you.
There's some people that will not understand British humor. Either you get it or you don't.
That's true. British humor is its own pocket, and they just know how to do it, and
it's very dry.
Yeah.
And some people don't get that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I love it. I think it's so funny.
It's true.
Oh, I die.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, like you say, it really depends on the style of comedy. But at the same time, I think everybody does it a little different. So that's why it's great, because it's like, what are you feeling? Like, who's doing something that's like, in the comedy pocket that you really like? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure comedy has subgenres, the same that horror has.
Well, obviously, yeah. We've just named like a bunch of them, so we're already kind of
by a bunch. What?
Like
3?
2? Yeah, like 3. Do you think when you say a bunch, like what number comes to mind if you say like a
4
bunch?
4 to 5.
4 to 5 is a bunch for you?
Yeah.
No, 3? You don't put 3 in there?
No, that's a few.
That's a few. So if it's a few, you're around like 3. If it's a bunch, you're like
closer to 5.
Okay. So a bunch is like 5, like 6, 5 plus. What gets too much to be a bunch? Because then it turns into a ton.
Yeah. It turns into a ton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say that for me, a bunch is probably the same. Like if you say a bunch, probably around like 6, something like that.
Sure, we can go with that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
For sure.
That works.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm ultimately interested in all types of creative outlets and creative comedy. Just let it rip. Just let it rip. And what was pretty funny was the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
It was great.
So we went and saw a Super Mario Bros. Movie, which was great.
It was great.
It was super awesome.
Why do I feel like that was so long ago?
It was a little bit of time ago now that we went to see the Super Mario Bros.
My
movie.
time lately is
and then you had your head surgery. So your head surgery definitely kind of put you on you can't really do very much neutral-esque kind of scale after your head surgery, so that was kind of a thing.
The hardest thing in the world for me is to do nothing.
Yeah, Amanda, okay, so I tell this girl after she gets her head surgery to take it easy, and like 5 minutes after I say that, she's like photoshopping something on her laptop and like looking something up and like doing some research about something, and I'm just like, you just got your head chopped up, kid. Like, just relax.
Manulife.
Yeah, she's just like all over the place with things. I'm like, well, like, just calm down. You got your head surgery done. You're so funny like that. It's like, just take a minute. Next thing you know, she's got her laptop open. She's like in some program editing some whatever she's doing, and I'm just like, you just had a surgery, man. Like,
yep.
I don't understand. Like, that type of personality is so, like, I just watch you, like, just constantly, like, you always feel like you're just kind of gonna get wrapped up in something, and even if you just need to relax because you literally just had a head surgery, you're just like, you got a big Band-Aid on your head. She's got this bandage on her head. It's bleeding. She's got this head bandage that's bleeding, and I'm telling her, like, just relax, and she, like, fires up her laptop to try and do something. I'm like, just relax, man. Like, just take a minute.
It's like when I
take a
went
breather.
to Merge when I was a kid when I got bit by that dog, which I also ironically needed 5 stitches for. It was 5 or 6, I can't remember.
Oh yeah, you got bit by that dog.
Yeah, but I walk into Emerge with my hand over my mouth, and like a cloth in my hand, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just shooting the shit with the nurses, like just whatever, like super chill.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was a doctor or nurse because it was a long time ago. Mm-hmm. But they were like, oh, like it can't be that bad. Can I see? Can you move your hand?
Yeah.
So I moved my hand and they go, holy shit!
Yeah, because it was bad? You got bit bad?
Well, it was bad enough that like...
I never really heard like how bad it was. You just kind of told me that
I still have scarring.
Yeah, okay,
And I needed 5 to 6 stitches in my lip.
Yeah.
And like I didn't see my face before it got stitched.
Okay.
So I don't know what it looked like.
Oh, man.
My friend who was with me said that if I didn't go get the stitches because they didn't want to go.
Yeah.
That I was going to have a deformed mouth.
Ouch.
So it must have been bad enough.
Ouch, that's wild.
Yeah.
So you would have had a deformation if you didn't go in there and do it. But you're like the toughest person ever. And like you never want help from like 99% of anything. You're just like, I'll figure it out. I'll work it out. Your hair could be on fire and you'd be like, I'm just gonna, I'll be fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Like your hair's on fire. No, it's not a big deal.
Fine.
I'm all right. It's good. It's cool. It's no problem.
It'll stop eventually.
Your head's like bleeding. No, it's good. It's good. I'm just gonna, I might as well just try and figure something out. I'm gonna just do some deep research on a topic now. It's like.
Then I wonder why I get a splitting headache.
Yeah. Then she comes back. Maybe I should take like a aspirin or something for this headache. It's like, no, just relax. just relax, man. You know what I mean, though? It's so funny. It's like, no, just relax. Put the laptop down. Like, just relax. Just hang out for 5 minutes. Throw the laptop away and relax. Like,
I make myself shake my own
You're
head.
so funny. Like, it was actually hilarious, though. Like, that's literally what happened. I'm like, oh, well, hi, how's it going? Oh, yeah, the surgery. Oh, yeah, you're bleeding pretty good. Just relax for a while. Like, 2 minutes goes by. You're doing okay. The 5-minute mark, I see you like grabbing your laptop. I'm like, oh, come on.
Or like when I got my teeth ripped out too. Like most people are loopy doopy after they get their fucking wisdom teeth.
Oh yeah, you were on the loopy doopy sauce.
But I wasn't loopy doopy. Like that's what was wacky. Is like, I was coherent.
Yeah.
Like completely.
It's like the drugs do nothing for me.
Like I swear I have such a long history of drug abuse in my family that it does fuck all.
That's fair. You're like immune to like the effects.
It might make me tired.
Okay, so it makes you tired, but like you're immune to the effects to a point.
Yeah, like I don't get loopy.
To the point you're just like, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Like I don't hallucinate or like say I want my mommy. Or, like,
okay, fair.
I've just heard so many stories from people of just ridiculousness.
Yeah, when you get
out of that surgery.
Yeah, because you're put out, you're half asleep.
You're
like,
fully out.
Yeah, that's true. You're on the gas a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
So then they're doing the surgery, and then you come out of it, and you don't even really know half the time what's going on.
Most people don't even remember.
That's
true.
Like
I remember. I remember waking up.
Fair. So
I remember being able to hear people before I could actually open my eyes.
Okay, fair. So your recollection of coming out of that surgery was, stronger than most, I suppose. And like you say, it's just because maybe your body type or what drug resistance you have was like able to do that.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
That is super cool.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
Well, that's neat.
I did some drawing today.
Did you?
I did.
I've been playing a lot of Rocket League. That's my video game of the now. You know me in video games, I kind of just like bop in and out of different ones.
That's true. But you have your core few that you always go back to.
I do, but lately I've been playing a lot of Rocket League. So shout out to the Rocket League players out there. Some fun games on that Rocket League.
They're making you burst your blood vessels in your eyeballs.
I have,
You're getting too
well,
intense.
that could be playing drums. That could be, I did that. So, it could be that. I wouldn't associate it with the video games. But
And you did a workout afterwards?
I did too, yeah. I
Did
put down a little one.
you, like, lift weights and stuff?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
When you do that, do you hold your breath at all?
I try not to. I know in the past I've had really shitty, like, workout techniques. But I've come a long way to just get more flowy workout techniques.
Okay.
And by that I mean, like, I used to push myself too hard to the point where I get injured. And, like, I had to stop that. So my workout routines now are more of, like, a flow workout than, like, a heavy workout. So when I do, I'm more in, like, flow. So I'm working on my breathing. I'm working on, average amount of weights, but not too many weights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do little workouts based on kind of more flow state workouts. That's kind of where I'm at with like not as heavy weights, but more kind of reps. Good breathing techniques, so you're not holding your breath while you're trying to max out that last.
Yeah.
I got into some weird, funky body injuries doing too much. So,
is that why your shoulder makes that weird
well, yeah, that's why my body does these weird, like, popping things sometimes. Because, like, I have, like, existing injuries, right? From, like, some shit. But overall, I'm not bad. But, like, I've definitely learned not to push myself too hard while working out because of that reason that I have gotten kind of injured and, like, it sucks. So I try to do more flow state workouts with, like, the things that I do. And I find, like, for me, what works good is because we have a little setup. Is like I can play drums for a little bit and then do a little bit of a, like, workout after, and if I do those together, it usually works like a little bit of, like, a kind of a good mix.
Yeah, so maybe next time, just when you do that, just be mindful of, even when you're playing drums, that you're not holding your breath. Because
I don't really, like, I don't know.
When you exert yourself and hold your breath, that's when you pop blood vessels.
That's fair.
Because
yeah, like, when I play drums, like, I try to I don't think I'm as mindful as my breathing techniques while playing, though. Like, I'm not really,
you're probably holding your breath more than you think.
Yeah, I'll have to put more kind of focus on that next time I do that and see where I'm at, because that's a good one. That's a good one that I'm not, like, I'm not unsure of, like, yeah, you could be right. Because when I'm playing, I get into, like, a really focused state. You know what I mean? Like, when you're on a drum kit and you're playing drums, like, you're focused on, you're hitting, you're focused on your switches.
Well, you're doing a lot.
And you're not focused necessarily on your breathing. And that's something that I think I just realized right now. Is when I'm playing drums, I'm more just trying to get the hits right and get, like, the fills and the grooves and stuff right. So for me, I'm not really focused on, like, oh, my breathing left and my breathing right. It's like, I don't know what's going on, So, but next time I'm going to pay more attention to that.
Cool.
Because, that could be something.
Be a thing.
Yeah, and I think, like, incorporating the breathing techniques into different stuff, like, sometimes you just kind of forget. Like, you're just like, oh yeah, I'm breathing, that's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you forget the importance of managing that while you're doing something.
Oh, I hold my breath so much.
A lot of people do that. We don't really have always, like, the best breathing techniques, and it sounds dumb, but, like, it goes a long way. Like, it really does.
It depends. Like, if you have anxiety or pain, like, those are my two big things.
Yeah.
My anxiety and my pain is what
That's fair.
causes me to hold my breath a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it without realizing it.
Cool.
And then, like, I'll start to feel lightheaded or see those spots or something. I'm like, oh, you tired? You're not, like, breathing.
Breathe, dumbass!
You need that.
Well, I think the really impressive thing to me is the people that do the deep dives when they just hold their breath and then they relax and then they go really, really deep and they can just kind of take a breath and hold it for a long time and, like, flowy underwater and stuff. I find that super impressive. Like,
yeah, that's cool.
If you can hold your breath for that long while you're just kind of flowing underwater, deep diving around, like, I think that's super neat. If you're able to control your breath that much to a point where you can, like, hold it for over a minute. If you can hold your breath for over a minute, man, like, to me, like, that's, and, like, some people can. Like, some people can. It's,
I can't.
I don't know where someone's at for, like, the longest breath held, but I never really looked into it, so I don't know. But
it's a long time.
Some people can go underwater and stay underwater for amounts of time that it's like, wow, are they still under there? And they're on the same breath. You know what I mean? Just holding their breath, just being very relaxed and patient while they're underwater, just holding that breath, floating around under there. Like, it's pretty cool shit, man.
Yeah, I don't have that skill.
Same. I'm not a long breath holder. I've tried like a few times, but I'm the same as you, where it's like, I don't like holding my breath. I find it weird. I can't hold my breath for a long time. I'm just no. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, I can hold my breath, sure, but like, I don't like pushing myself with holding my breath because I find it's like weird.
Yeah, I don't like pushing myself while holding my breath either.
It's like, why am I still holding my breath for? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I'm not deep diving here or whatever, so it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really one to be
it
like...
It feels bad.
Yeah, and I'm not really one to be like, how long can I hold my breath for?
Yeah,
it's
it's
I don't
not
really,
like a goal. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not really like
care less.
Not really a personal life goal of mine either. No, I just like to keep breathing, thanks.
Yeah.
I
wish I could breathe out of my butt like a turtle, though.
Yeah? You wish you could breathe out of your butt like a turtle?
Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, explain more how turtles breathe out of their butt.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about it. I'm not really a turtle connoisseur.
You're
I
not
don't
a
know
turtle
that much
connoisseur?
about turtles.
What?
I don't know that much about turtles. I always found them kind of boring.
In 5 minutes from now, she's going to be researching turtles, and her hair's going to be bleeding again, and her head's going to be all gushed open, and...
No, it's fine.
Amanda, what are you doing? Researching turtles. Your head's bleeding. I'm going deeper. I'm going deeper.
For the turtles.
Yeah, for the turtles. For the turtles.
Yeah, I don't really know how they breathe out of their butts. I just know they do.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% aware of the turtle breathing out of their butt thing. That's not something that I'm up on.
Well, see, Olaf in Frozen 2 says that. I think it's in Frozen 2.
I think I remember that part.
I can't remember if it's in the first one or the second one. I think it's the second one.
Okay. I think I remember that part, yeah.
And then I'm like, I wonder if that's real or not. So then I looked it up and I was like, holy shit, yeah.
Nice.
But I don't remember
the
details around it.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. You can't stay up on all your research, right? Researcher.
I got a bunch of dinosaur information in my brain.
Yeah, you always got that on your head. That's your favorite topic. That's your
love
favorite
it.
topic. That's cool. That's great.
And I always feel like no one wants to listen to me.
For what?
Talk about dinosaurs.
I do. I'm just not on the same level as you.
Most people aren't.
No, I know I'm not. Like, I've told you that many times. I'm like, I'll never be on this level that you're on with that topic. There's no way I'm going to be able to be there.
As long as you get happy and excited about it. Hey, that's my toy!
Amanda, give it a rattle. Rattle once if you're happy. Rattle a bunch of times if you're more happy. And rattle a bunch more times if you love turtles. Oh, shit. A small little rattle.
You know what,
wait. Rattle a bunch of times if you love dinosaurs. Ooh, there you go. Okay, we're hearing some noise.
You know what? I will give props to the one turtle at Science North that fell in love with the rock, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that turtle, he makes me laugh. Because he's in love with that rock.
Okay.
And he does his little turtle mating swim dance around the rock.
That's
and,
cool.
Like, that poor animal just must be so confused on why the rock does not reciprocate his love.
Is it the same size as the turtle, or is
Roughly,
it like...
yeah. So I think he thinks it's a turtle shell.
Oh, so he walks over to it, thinks it's a turtle shell.
Because turtles don't see very well.
I'm not 100% sure.
I feel like I read at some point that they don't see very well. So to him, it probably just looks like a roundish gray thing.
Yeah, fair.
Would be another turtle in his head.
So he hops on the rock and he just loves it.
He doesn't hop on it. No, he does like a swimming dance around it.
Oh, interesting.
I've never seen him try to hump the shell or the rock.
Okay.
I've just seen him do his little dance.
And
it's sad because he's trying so hard, man.
Oh yeah.
And the rock is just stone-faced. Womp womp.
The rock is stone-faced. Wah, wah, wah. Have Have you ever seen a rock stone-faced before? What else would they
No,
have?
my toy!
I wanted to grab the shaker. Give it a funny shaker. I like that. I like that. Do you think that sounds like a rattlesnake, or is it too like?
No, it sounds like a rattlesnake.
Yeah. Pretty close, eh? But theirs goes a little faster, I think, though, right?
Well, probably.
Yeah, you can't shake that
I
fast.
can't shake as fast as a rattlesnake can.
You can't shake as fast?
No.
Shake as fast?
Shake as fast.
Shake as fast? Shake a weight?
Shake away.
Shake a weight?
Shake a who?
Shake a who? Shake a you?
Shake a me.
Shake a your hips? Shake a your hips?
Clap, clap now, y'all.
Oh, that song, the like world famous wedding song.
Until you work at a daycare or an after-school program with children, you don't know how horrible that
Clap
song
now,
can
y'all.
get.
Clap now, y'all. Clap now,
Because
y'all.
let me tell you,
Clap now, y'all.
kids love that song.
Clap now, y'all. Clap now, y'all. Going to the
myself.
left. Going to the right. Going to the left. Clap now, y'all.
Ugh.
Do.
Stop.
Enough. I wonder if when they made that song, they were like, "This is gonna be the big one. This is gonna be the big one.
No,
This is gonna be the big one. The clap now, y'all song is gonna be the big one."
I feel like that's a very rare thing.
The one thing that you hear from a lot of musicians, and the ones that, you know, have songs that have just blown up, they all say the same thing. You just never know. You have no idea what song's going to be popular, what song's not going to be popular. You can write a song and think that it's great, and you know, it might be great, but it's not as popular. You can write another song that's easier, gets way more popular. You hear that from so many musicians. It's kind of like a thing with making music. You can make whatever, and you never know if it's going to be popular, not popular, catch on, not catch on. It's just, you don't know. You really have no idea what's going to happen to a song. If it's going to nice burp. If it's going to take on a life of its own, if it's not. I don't know. You never really know.
No, you don't.
It's true. It's true. Well, we have an album that I want to talk about this week.
I'm gonna get so.
You want to sweat? You want a sweater? You got your comfy sweater on. So, Amanda just got this new comfy... What do you call that thing, anyway? What do you call that? Looks like a blanket.
A shawl?
A shawl?
No, it's not
Are
a
you a
shawl.
shawl? Is it a shawl?
It's not a shawl because it has armholes.
It's not a shawl. So, Amanda just got a new not a shawl.
It's
It's not a shawl, a shawl.
not a tunic.
It's not a shawl, a shawl.
You know what? I'm gonna see what they call it on
This
the website.
is not a shawl. It's a shawl.
It's well, it kind of looks like a blanket.
Not at all a shawl that shall not be at all.
It's the most comfortable, warmest, fucking coolest thing
Shall we look it up?
I've ever bought myself. I want to see what they call it on
Yes,
the website.
you shall.
I don't usually look up shit on my phone.
Shall you look it up? Yes, you
I
shall.
shall.
Yes, you shall. Yes, you shall.
Yep. I
Do
don't
what you shall.
usually look up shit on my phone while we're doing...
Yeah, well, the thing about doing the audio version of whatever this thing is that we can pull up information from time to time from books that we have stacked around of clothing and fashion from 1948. And she's opening a magazine right now. This one looks like the magazine is from 1965. And what does the magazine say?
It's not a magazine that I'm looking at.
I know
Oh,
you're not
wait,
actually
oh.
looking at a magazine. I was making it up.
Oh, okay. They call
Who
it a
looks at magazines anymore?
They call it a ruana.
A ruana?
Yeah.
Is
Is that actually a word? A ruana cloak.
I don't know. I'm
Also
not sure.
known as a poncho.
A poncho.
It's a poncho.
Yeah, but a ruana cloak sounds way better.
Yeah.
So if anybody asks you, it's a ruana cloak.
It's a ruana.
So Amanda has a ruana cloak on.
Possibly from Spanish ruana, meaning ragged.
Oh, okay.
Or quechua,
Quechua?
meaning textile.
Quechua.
It's a poncho-style outer garment native to the Colombian and Venezuelan Andes.
Dude, nice. Ooh.
Oh, and here's a picture of a man wearing one while he's holding a musket.
What? So these are unisex ruana cloaks. He looks like he's about to hunt down like some wolves or something like that.
It's basically a very thick, soft, and sleeveless square rectangular blanket with an opening in the center for the head to go through with a slit down the front of the hem.
Okay. Well, there you go.
It may or may not come with a hood. Mine does not.
Oh, she has the hoodless version, folks.
Well, let me tell you, man. Like, I need this thing in every color possible.
It's a medium brown Ruana cloak.
Yeah.
Medium brown Ruana cloak. And that's Amanda's...
Makes me sound very worldly.
Amanda's new piece of clothing is
that I've been wearing for 3 days
medium
straight.
brown Ruana cloak. And you know what? That does make you sound like some worldly, like... I have on a Ruana cloak.
Like some sort of, like, Buddhist.
Yeah.
Or something.
She is the only person that has the Ruana cloak.
Mahatma Gandhi or something?
Yeah, don't take her Ruana cloak away. It really does make you, like, yeah, it really does. It really does.
I know. I love this thing.
That's pretty sweet. And I love saying that, so that's forever what I'm going to call it.
Ruana cloak?
Yeah.
It's a Ruana cloak.
Ruana cloak. That's really neat, actually.
I love this.
You could kind of wear that anywhere. It's kind of like at home, out and about.
Yeah. You could put a belt around it, make it look cool, wear it.
Exactly.
Like, get a cool hat.
Exactly. You can accessorize your cloak.
Fuck yeah.
You could, you know...
Pretend you're a wizard.
Whoa. You could pretend you're a wizard.
You could.
If that was your thing, you could. Yeah.
Imagine with like a cool cane or some shit.
Oh, yeah. You had your cloak on. You're walking out there. You got a cane.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like a wizard hat, perhaps. Maybe. I could see it.
No, see, it wouldn't go with the Ruana cloak, though.
Okay, fair. No wizard hat.
No wizard hat.
Okay,
No.
just the cloak.
Just the cloak.
You don't want the wizard hat to steal the shine from the cloak.
Exactly.
Oh,
it's all about the cloak.
It's all about the cloak. A cane kind of matches well. Canes don't really steal the spotlight.
No, they're a smaller accessory.
Yeah, so it's all really about the Ruana cloak, to be honest.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep, Ruana cloak.
Yeah, I think the Ruana cloak is going to be the thing that you're going to get more of.
I'm scared to wash it.
You're going to get more of Ruana cloaks.
I am.
Yeah.
This thing is...
I feel your future full of more Ruana cloaks.
Me too.
Yeah.
This thing is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm scared to wash it.
You're scared to wash it. Why? I probably just wouldn't dry it. I'd probably just hang it up.
Yeah.
We'll just hang that to dry.
Yeah, because it's
fine.
all like knitted, so...
Yeah, throw it in the washing machine, then hang it to dry, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
The dryer sometimes can like really mess things up. And I don't understand socks in the dryer. I don't understand it.
How they get eaten?
Yeah, no, like, I swear I put in 5 pairs of matching socks, and then they come out all mismatched. And I don't understand what's going on with the dryer. I don't understand the dryer wizards that can pull this off.
I think we've talked about dryer gnomes before.
Have we? Maybe, yeah, the dryer gnomes. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. It's possible. It's quite possible.
Do you want to talk about your album now?
Yeah, I guess so.
What the Ruana was?
Yeah, the Ruana cloak. There's no way that I can. I don't know. This is like, how can you tie a Ruana cloak in that? They're angels. Do angels wear Ruana cloaks?
Well, see, isn't Angels and Airwaves actually like? Doesn't it have to do with his daughter's name, Ava?
Oh man, you're gonna ask me a question that I don't know coming right off the hop. I'm not sure.
I feel like it does. I don't remember how.
Fair. But Angels and Airwaves. Shout out to Angels and Airwaves and their first album, We Don't Need to Whisper. We have that one right in front of us now. I love this album. Great album.
It's okay.
I like the stuff that, Angels and Airwaves has put out as a different, style of music. Kind of like a sub band that was formed a little bit after Blink. And this album is from 2006. So We Don't Need to Whisper is, I believe that's their first album from Angels and Airwaves. And, songs like The Adventure, love that song.
The Adventure is a great song.
Yeah.
The rest of it's kind of boring, though.
It hurts. Yeah, I mean, your style of music that you like and my style of music that I like are very different. So for me, I personally love this album. I think it's a great album.
Maybe I need to re-listen to it. It's been years.
I love this style of music. And I love,
What would you describe that style of music as?
It's kind of pop, kind of rock, kind of like floaty, upbeat, up vibe, lift you up style music that kind of just takes you along and kind of yeah, that's why I love it, because I am such a spacey person that it's very full sounding, it's very uplifting, and it's very like, you know, you can do anything kind of uplifting music, and that's why I love listening to it. It just puts you in a great mood after you throw it on.
I'm gonna have to re-listen to it.
I know, like you're more into the
no, you know what? Like,
but you're changing.
I am.
So I think your 2006 self. Your 2006 self listening to this album was a different person.
That's true.
That's a long years ago.
That is a long years
ago.
So
I think your current self would probably have more connection to this Angels and Airwaves album.
Possibly.
But I mean, yeah, this is the album I wanted to shout out because I've been digging.
Show me what you got.
It's like, and I find it's hard to make this style of music good, and do it properly. But I think that's what Angels and Airwaves, they've had different members over time. Tom, obviously, but like, the other members, it's just a mix of musicianship just coming together over time. Some people in, some people out. But the projects that have come out of Angels and Airwaves to me have been like so great that I love listening to them. Like the projects that they work on, Angels and Airwaves as a band and just a music kind of entity. I feel Angels and Airwaves have this like musicianship like energy that's just put out there, and it's so cool that when you listen to it, it just kind of uplifts you, and it just kind of like lets you kind of like experience music in this full kind of sounding floaty way, and that's why to me it's like a good style of music that I'm like super into. So that's why I really like it. Yeah, that's like
what's your favorite album
from Angels and Airwaves?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, We Don't Need to Whisper being their first one, and then after that, I'm gonna have to go with. I mean, I Empire was good, and now the Dreamwalker was an album that I listened to, and then. Like, it was kind of one of those albums that I listened to it, and then I was just like, I kind of left it there. And I think for that album, I need to, like, re-listen to it. I'm on the same page with that album.
Huh.
Yeah, like, I like all the albums. I'm not, and I think it's a toss-up between We Don't Need to Whisper and I Empire as far as, like, the ones that I re-listen to more and more and more.
Right.
Love. But I need to go back and re-listen to them to kind of refresh myself and decide, a favorite for sure. Because some of them at the time, I'm the same thing with you with music, is like, as I evolve as a person, the things that I didn't like before, I like now. The things that I like now, change all the time. So me and music, I can say I didn't like something 5 years ago, and then I re-listen to it now, and I'm like, you know what, like I kind of like that now. So, like, I go through these weird, like, shifts with music. And I think it's very interesting for me to be like, well, I didn't like that 5 years ago, so I put it away. And then, like, time goes by, and then I'm like, well, I didn't like this 5 years ago, but I'm going to listen to it again. And then I throw it on, and, like, now that I'm 5 years later, I'm a different person now. And I'm just like, you know what, like, now I really connect with that. So I find music, to me, is super cool in that way that, like, you can listen to something right away, be kind of questionable whether you like it or not, and then just leave it there. And then time goes by, and then you listen to it again, and you're like, you know what? Like, I kind of like that album now, or like, I kind of like this song now.
Right.
And that's why I have a super heavy passion for music, because it's so interesting to me personally, like how you can go through a phase where you really like something, and then you kind of put it away. And then time goes by, and then maybe you don't even like that thing that you liked before as you listen to it again, because that was your past self that was like, yeah, I liked that at the time, but now you're like, it's okay. And then the opposite happens, you know what I mean? So I find it very interesting, how I can kind of listen to something, question it, leave it there for a while, then come back even a year later and be like, yeah, it's good. Or maybe I still not into that yet. And I find there's a lot of different styles of music for me that I come in and out of, as far as like, what I always like, what my favorite styles of music are, what my dislikes are, and I come back and forth as to what I'm feeling like in certain days, you know what I mean? And I think that the one style of music that I can always put on and connect to is dance music. Just because dance music to me it's up tempo, and if I wanted, even if I don't want to dance, I can put on some dance tracks and get that 4/4 kick going, and it's just like, boom, 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 4/4 beats, and the dance music just kind of gets me up tempo, especially if you're working out or something. I find, or even just hitting a walk or something. I love coming back to dance music. It's always like my style that I find myself coming back to the most. So for me, as like my personal music taste, those style of music I come back to the most is definitely dance music. Like I just love just give me that boop 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 da 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 clap clap now y'all. You know what I mean? Like I love dance music. So to me, out of all the different styles, what I come back to the most is definitely the up tempo dance music. Just because I find, no matter what type of mood I'm in, I know if I throw it on, like it's gonna get me to like where I need to be. So that's why I like dance music and I like the up tempo stuff. So that's like my favorite style, Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, that's just a personal thing. And then every other style of music I come in and out of, like what I like to listen to, what I don't like to listen to, and I just kind of bounce around like that. So yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, shout out to Angels and Airwaves this week for all their awesome music. And the album of the week this week, We Don't Need to Whisper. We Don't Need to Whisper. It's crazy that came out in 2006. Like, that was like, some time ago now. But yet, it still feels like I remember like when that album came out. Because like, I have this connection to music so much that it's just kind of like, in spite of time going by, I can place myself in these moments where I can like remember like albums coming out and like just listening them to the first time. Like I have a very acute memory for remembering the first times that I listen to albums. Like it's something for me.
I have that too.
I have this super acute memory for like the first time I heard that album and the first time I heard this song and the first time I heard that album, and like it's just the way like my mind works. Like the first time I heard this track and the first time I put this on, and like where I can almost like remember where I was when I like for some albums and some songs. Like it's just a different part of my memory that like is really, really good. Just like this memory for the first time I'm hearing an album, the first time I'm hearing a song. Like I can just place these like memories. Like it's just because I'm so deeply connected to music. I can just I can just place that in time. Like when was the first time you heard this album? I can just take it back and just almost like remember. Like it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's why I kind of like the progression over time of different bands, and some of them are just wacky. Wouldn't you agree with that? Like a band that has progressed over time to a point where you're just like, wow, like when you guys started making music, you were this, and now you're making like this, and like it's not like it's a good or bad thing, but you can just hear the progression and like either the production qualities or the way the songs are laid out or just the overall vibes, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so cool. Like I just love evolution of music myself. It's like my number one topic for me, for sure. Like music evolution and stuff, that's like my go-to topic. Like if you want to talk about anything, I can talk about that for hours and hours and hours. Like music evolution and band evolution and just sound evolution. Like I can just go on for days. So yeah, that's why I like that.
I don't know if I should interject or just like, I'm not sure if you're asking me rhetorical
questions. No, I was just kind of going on a sentence. All just right. talking about my own personal journey with music as a musician myself. And how I find discovering new music, rediscovering old music, how it works for me personally. I'm as much of a fan as rediscovering old music than discovering new music. Because when I rediscover old music, like I said, I can change my mind on something that I either liked or disliked before. I like it now, I don't like it now. And it's so bizarre. But
it's
that's
like me
why.
And Triceratops.
Yeah, that's why I just.
He says, yeah, he has no idea.
You and Triceratops. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, because you can love or not love Triceratops.
Well, see, with me, I hated Triceratops.
Ooh, you had some shit for Triceratops.
I had beef with Triceratops for two reasons. One, because everyone loves Triceratops. And if you've been listening to us for a while, you know that I have this thing with things that are popular for whatever reason.
Okay.
So I didn't like Triceratops because of its popularity.
Oh, fair.
And there are so many cooler ceratopsians than Triceratops.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Triceratops is quite boring in comparison to a lot of other ones. So that was always something that grinded my gears, because I'm like, you know, everyone's like, oh, Triceratops is so cool with its horns and its frill. And I'm like, yeah, but have you seen Styracosaurus?
Fair, yeah.
But see, now that I'm getting older and have had more experience in paleontology and talked to a lot more people about it and have had Triceratops shoved in my face multiple times
And wear a cloak.
I have learned to kind of stand in awe of Triceratops, but I have to be in its presence. Like, if I see a picture of Triceratops, I'm just like, it's got fucking 3 horns. Who cares? You know, like, there's nothing special about it to me.
It's got 3 horns. Yeah, and yeah.
Like,
Okay.
it's just like, meh. I don't know. It's just...
Says the cloak lady.
Says the cloak lady.
Like, oh my god, that's like, you know what? You got to put that cloak on a Triceratops and draw that, because that would be great. And I mean, I think it reflects your sense of fashion, where you find the most obscure, obsolete things that not a single person would wear, and you start wearing it. Because you're like, nobody would wear this sideways garbage bag painted red. And then next thing you know, Amanda's wearing it. Next thing you know, she's wearing it. It's like, anything that anybody else is doing, she just questions. And then, like, anything that's absolutely, like, sideways and backwards and doesn't make sense, she's like, this is good. This is fine. This is nice. This is what I'm gonna wear. This is great. And it's just like, that's why you're awesome,
Wave
though.
that freak flag high.
But that's why you're awesome, though, because you're just completely, like, you don't care about, like, any sort of, like, thing that's in or out. You're just like, this is the most obscure thing that could possibly be ever, and this is what I'm gonna be. You know what I mean? It's like,
True.
It's so funny.
Or it's like, this smells so bad, you need to smell it.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Who does that?
It's so weird. Like,
it's weird.
But I mean, it just makes sense so much for, like, your type of personality and the person that you are. It's just like, I and that's why, like, you're just the funniest person that I'm like. You're so funny, but, like, at the same time, like, you don't even realize half the time, like, while you're, like, how you're funny. No. Because you have this, like, sarcastic wit. And if you don't, like, if people don't actually know you, they don't understand, like, your sarcastic wit.
I have a British sense of humor.
But you really do. And because you're a smart person, sometimes you can come off as, like, you know, questionably arrogant? Like, a little bit, but, like, questionably, like, what's up with her kind of thing, you know what I mean? But it's just your person, you know? It's just who you are. But it's like that.
I'm a boss bitch.
Yeah, but not really.
It's
but
a
like,
problem.
But not really. But like, I don't know. You just have this, like, cool, like, sense that, like, it's hard to find. Like, it's like,
I'm a unicorn.
You're very unique. Yeah, and I mean, you got your head chopped up.
Yeah, I have no more lump.
Well, that's okay. You can still be a unicorn.
Yeah, I'm still a unicorn. I'm just. Most people won't notice because they don't have the lump on my head anymore.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Should I pick up the guitar since we're doing a podcast episode?
Oh no, my beer's done.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm picking up the guitar, folks.
I also have to pee.
Okay. Well, we're gonna make this...
so this is gonna be the outro.
A short little stint, I guess. I need a shaker. Can you get me a shaker? Get that shaker going. You're gonna be shaking here. I'm just gonna make some shit up. What do you want me to talk about? Cloak? Should I make a song about Cloak?
Make a song about the cloak.
Brown Cloak.
Are you gonna play your standard?
I thought it was a joke when she brought home a cloak. I thought it was a joke when she brought home a cloak, but then she looked kinda cool. I took her outside. She looked kinda cool. She didn't look like a fool cause she was wearing a cloak.
my
A brown
God.
sticky cloak.
I stuttered. I can't get it.
I'll try to find another key.
He knows like 3 chords. And they're really obscure. Except for G.
It doesn't matter if you're broke, you can afford a cool cloak.
There's a rhythm I have in my head.
It doesn't matter if you're broke, you can afford a cool cloak. Live your life as a joke, get yourself a cool cloak, and end up more broke, but at least you'll be happy with your cool cloak. Yay! Get yourself a cool cloak.
And now I'm gonna pee.
She's got to go pee, folks. Thanks for coming out to the bar. I hope everyone had fun this week.